I wanted to see what was around in my own country and just show people that you don't have to go very far to experience an adventure.
Hi, this is Hilleberg. I am sitting in Inverness, Scotland with Will Copestake, our friend and also an adventure extraordinaire.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So you have just been named National Adventure of the Year in the UK for 2015.
I have indeed. It was a nice surprise.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what that was for?
Last year, or in 2013, I set out around Scotland on a journey to discover my own back garden. So I spent 4 months in a kayak, and I went from the western border in Scotland all the way around Scotland and finished on the eastern border. And then cycled a bicycle across the country, and then spent another 8 months cycling up the country, climbing all the Munro mountains. And the Munro mountains are all the mountains over 3,000 feet, of which there are 282.
282, that's it?
Yeah.
How
just
long did that take?
So the whole trip took 364 days, and on the last day of the year I had a rest with a hangover from whiskey.
So obviously we have to talk about tents.
Yeah.
What tent do you like, and what you use, and why, and a good story with that maybe?
Sure, so I've always used Hilleberg tents. I started off with a Hilleberg Namach, and I bought that for sea kayaking, so it was a big tent. But when I got home I decided I wanted something smaller, so I converted onto a Sulo. Now that Sulo tent I then used for over 500 nights now. It's been out in the wild, it's still going. I bought it for an expedition we did at university. A friend and myself crossed Iceland from south to north. My friend was using a tent from a different brand, and we were halfway across the country, and that tent failed. It split in half right down the middle. And for a couple of nights we had it repaired with the parts of the Sulo tent. We kind of patched it over the top using little carabiners and things, but eventually that tent collapsed. And a Sulo tent is pretty much a one-person tent. It's a small tent. But for the next 7 weeks, we decided we were going to share that tent, so we spooned a lot.
So you also have the Alec.
I do. So the Alec I've been using in Patagonia, which is notorious for wind. We were mainly kayaking. The nice thing that I found with the Alec, it's got the 2 doors. There were times when bits of the kayak would break, and sometimes the wires would break, or you get a hole in the boat, something like that. You could take the inner out of the Alec, you could then drag the kayak so it came inside the tent, and then you could do a repair in the drive, and you could still have enough space to sleep in the corner while that's drying. And then in the morning you'd have a dried, repaired kayak. And the Alec for me, because I'm guiding, I wanted something that's comfortable not just to sleep in, but to live in. I spend most of my days, 5 to 6 days a week, living in that tent. I've actually, funnily enough, been spending most of my time. I would get in from the kayak, I would make dinner, get the tents up, get everything prepared, and then the clients would go to sleep, and I would sit in the tent and I'd have my laptop with a charging pack. And I've been slowly typing away a book inside the tent, so it's been my office as well as my house, but in the wild of Patagonia.
So you really use the Alec for one person and Solo for 2?
Yeah.
Your style.
That's kind of, I kind of turned it around a wee bit. Sláinte. Cheers.